I'm on location this week. Again. Anyone recognize where I am this time? Look familiar? Should, to some of you. It is a blast from the past though, so for the uninitiated, this is where I spent the most years of my life with my dad, where we lived the longest. This is where I lived the longest of anywhere I've lived. This is where my dad lived the longest of anywhere he's lived. I only made it 7 years, but my dad lived and my mom lived here for 19 years. Interesting. So anyway, I'll go for a bit of a walk. I can't look at that grass anymore. Whoever's living here obviously gave up on that, didn't they? So, why do you think I'm here anyway? Well, it's Father's Day weekend, and so in true tradition of Father's Day, I am setting foot on a road I haven't set foot on in 15 years. See, my dad lived here until 2009, but I didn't really I drove up the driveway. I had no reason to set my feet on this road. The only reason I ever came out here was to cut the grass, and I think these people here are showing you just how difficult that may be. So it wasn't an easy task, and I had to do it by force. So that's one of the things I want to talk about today, is the evolution of my dad. So here we go, we're going to turn around because I ran out of property. I don't want to walk in front of other people's houses where I never lived. It is only relevant to me. So here we are. It's really nice though. I mean, I wish I could walk sideways so you could get the whole gist. For the people that haven't lived here or been visited here, it's a really nice place, or it was, until the grass went shit. But anyway, it's another story. So why did I bring you here? I brought you here because it's kind of to demonstrate on Father's Day how my dad and my relationship has grown and evolved to where we're in a pretty good place now. It's kind of a testament to how I've grown and evolved and how my dad's grown and evolved. And I think most of what happened and why we have changed and evolved the way we have is because of the events that happened in this house, on this property. See, I can safely say that for my dad, the man who moved out of this house was not the man who moved into it. The man you know today was not the man who moved into this house. See, I don't think it's a secret for many people. Oh look, there's a nice view. There's not very many people in our lives. Asshole. I think his overcompensation has gone enough in the distance that you can hear me again. So anyway, quickly, why are we here? To show you that my dad and me have changed and grown. So back to that. So me and my dad butted heads while we lived here. We didn't get along. I think it's pretty clear to a lot of people in our lives that back then wasn't a fun time for either one of us, really. So for me, from my perspective, my dad forced me to start taking karate while we lived here. My dad forced me to start cutting this grass if I wanted my allowance. And so this is a lot of grass, as I've already told you. I didn't get a lot of allowance for it, so I'm still waiting for that payout, Dad. But regardless of that, it's not that way anymore. See, what happened is, I don't want to take all the credit for my dad evolving, because I mean, I did put him through a lot, but the fact of the matter is that my dad found his passion in this house, the Okinawan Gojuru Karate. He was taking karate and judo before that, but not Okinawan, and it really is his strength, his passion, his focus in life. And so through my dad force-feeding it down my throat and how to be an adult and forcing me to grow up and learn to be a man, thanks, Dad, I learned a lot. I resisted it at the time because my dad's methods aren't always the greatest. He's kind of blunt, or he was kind of blunt and forceful and insistent on having his way and knowing he knew the path and the way and everything like that, so we had to listen. But beyond that, it worked in the long run. I didn't know it at the time, but he was teaching me discipline. He was teaching me structure, routine, and consistency, and how important these are in being an adult. And in the same time, he was learning how to be more flexible, how to be, I got it written down here, sorry. Dad, you like the cue cards anyway. Oh, right. He learned to be calm. He learned balance. And on top of the flexibility, which we're talking mentally, because we all know that I'm the flexible one physically in the family. We all know that. If you don't, you do now. It's a lot of cars here, eh? So I'm going to wrap this up anyway, because I just wanted to bring you out here to show you that my dad and me didn't get along. But at the same time as we didn't get along, and we were teaching each other stuff. And now my dad has also, on top of learning to be calmer, and more flexible, and more balanced in his life, he has also learned acceptance, and to accept the things that he cannot change. And he's okay with that now, where I never thought he would be. I mean, our relationship is never where I thought it would be. My dad isn't ever, I never imagined in a million years that we would have the relationship that we do, that we're friends, and we get along, and we look forward to seeing each other, and we talk to each other in a positive and polite and respectful way, as friends. I'm glad to have that in my life now. And I can say that I wouldn't be the person I am today without my dad's forcing me to be. I wouldn't be able to have the job I have. I wouldn't be able to own a home. I wouldn't have that discipline and responsibility and sense of maturity. That's a laugh, isn't it? Me mature. But really, I wouldn't have a hope of having half the things I have in my life without my dad allowing me to have it and giving it to me through these gifts of knowledge and learning and growing and evolving. And so I just wanted to say, thanks, Dad. I'm giving you props, Pops. And happy Father's Day. And happy Father's Day to all you people out there too, all you dads, and all you people who have dads. Happy Father's Day. I've planned a bit of a pre-Father's Day surprise. Oh, here's my dad's dojo, by the way. I have to be respectful. One more time. I'm going a little fast, but I'm in a hurry. Because I'm going to sneak up on my dad. And I'm going to say, I'm just going to, he doesn't know I'm here. This should be fun. We must be respectful and bow. This could go any number of ways. We'll find out. There you are.
Hello.
Hello.
How are ya?
Good, good, good. Now wait. Say cheese.
Cheese.
He fell for it. Can you believe that? The whole time he thought I was taking his picture. He never once clued in that I was doing a video. The whole time I sat there and visited with him after that, it didn't come up once, so gotcha, Dad, I gotcha. But anyway, so you didn't miss anything there. I did get a little excited that I fooled my dad, so I hit the button a little too early. So all you missed was him saying, "It's a little dark in here," and then my mom screaming, "Get your shoes off my carpet!" So maybe it wasn't too early that I hit the button. Maybe it was just in time. But I don't want to ruin my earlier gratitude, because I did mean it and it was genuine. So I just want to leave you with this. So my dad did a couple other things that will prove my point. In that house that you saw earlier, we fought so much, and eventually he decided, you know how my time came to an end? Is when my dad eventually decided that we were getting along so poorly that we could no longer live together. So what does he do? He goes out and he buys a house and he moves me into the downstairs apartment. I resented him for that so much, but at the same time I was excited. But my dad became my first landlord and taught me about rent payments, monthly payments, budgeting. And then a little bit after that, he also hired me, and he became not my first employer, but my first full-time employer, and also taught me about budgeting and payments and all of that stuff, and more discipline and more experience and more. And I hated him so much for it at the time, for a lot of it, and I'm not ashamed to say it, because, and I don't think he'd even be surprised to hear it, because, well, I don't hate him anymore, and I never will hate him again, because I understand now. And through all of this effort that he put in, all this making me do it and kicking my butt and telling me that I have to do it, he was also telling me that I can do it and that I can do anything that I set my mind to. And he gave me that confidence. It was hibernating and dormant for a long time, but it was in there because of my dad, and I wouldn't be here at this house. I wouldn't have my job, like I said, without my dad. So Dad, I just wanted to say thanks. Again. I can't say it enough. Happy Father's Day.